morning. Today I am a truck driver because we're taking the Skyline R33 to the tune. So this is very exciting for me because it's an unknown car. Yes, we did check a lot of things like the spark plugs, the compression, transmission, all the leakages. We changed oil, so it should be fine, but still we're changing the tune from E85 to the petrol. And yeah, now we're going to my friend Marcel to pick up the Skyline, load it on the truck, on the lorry, and we're good to go to the best in the business tuner in our region. So let's see. So we arrived and we have to do a couple of important things. First, we need to cover the wastegate pipe with this can, and we have to change the HKS filtering element. So here is the car. We are also refueling it with the petrol for the first time. Let's check if the can fits. This is ideal. So just unbolting this part, taking that off, and you are able to change this element. So I've packed it and we are fitting it back. All right, we are loaded. So the car is strapped. I have already new fenders, so I don't care about those. Like, they're ugly, so the car would be rocking the GTR fenders, front and rear. So it's strapped, loaded quite easily because we have like the downhill here, and it's almost went without extra help. So it was loose?
Jag försöker inte ta den där.
So we ran out of fuel and I went to the Shell gas station for 100 octane racing fuel, and that's how you live. Only healthy lifestyle. Gas station food, amazing. So we have a power run. What? All right, we are back and it's time to unload this car in my garage for the first time. So we have it standing on the truck. Yeah, I know it's ugly and dirty. Trust me, it would be beautiful with the GTR fenders, front and rear. I will work with interior. I already have a lot of stuff for this car. It's already sitting and waiting. So time to start it for the first time. And let's power it up. So we switch on the mass. We have the voltage. Switch on the ignition. And let's start. Driving in and let's talk a bit. So we are in the garage and let's talk about what is wrong with this car. So obviously I bought it for cheap and I would not expect it to be perfect in all the aspects, of course. So this is the engine bay. It's looking kinda disco of 80s style, so I want at least to paint the intake manifold black. I want to change the silicone to have it black colored, just not to like have all this shiny, you know, fishy disco style color. Yeah, but that's just the cosmetical thing. So the turbo, this is the old Borg Warner turbo. It is absolutely healthy, nothing wrong with that. But the first thing that needs replacement is this wastegate. So I also wanted to kind of look down, not up, but that's again optional thing. But the wastegate itself, It's a Chinese replica of something. It has the unique V-band flange, so unfortunately, like Pulsar or Tile or whatever good wastegates would not just fit in bolt-on. So it would require the manifold re-weld. It would require some funding. So the wastegate itself, it would be like €500 or $600, and some fabrication work. So right now it's operating on the spring rate, so it's giving us 1.4 manual adjusted boost, which is enough for 500 plus horsepower, but really like it's not that stable, and we want to manage the boost through the ECU, not mechanically. This is number one candidate. Number two candidate, the Chinese fuel pressure regulator. So this guy is working well, showing decent correct values. We've checked that, but maybe not. The problem is not in the regulator itself, rather with the high pressure in the fuel system. So this guy is kind of also a little bit optional to replace, but mandatory to replace is the injectors. So they are 1230 cc low ohm, low resistance injectors. So they require very high fuel ramp pressure. So right now they're working on 6 bar. Can you imagine, like, constant pressure of 6 bar in the fuel system? This is really crazy, and this is driving nuts the fuel pumps. I have 2 Bosch 044 fuel pumps running in parallel, so they heat the fuel and they are pushing hard, like at the max of their limits, to give 6 bar of constant pressure. So this is crazy high. So fuel injectors, pretty expensive upgrade, but it would be worth it. So injectors, six pieces, require change. So that would be replaced. Next thing is the intercooler. So it's a pretty big, pretty decent, old school intercooler, but it is not as efficient because it's the old-fashioned design. So it has like just huge pipes inside, and it does not cool air perfectly. So on 500 horsepower, it's making 60 degrees Celsius of air temperature. This is crazy high. Like in real life conditions, when drifting, that would be a lot, like too much. So I will be monitoring that and checking how does it behave, but also requires replacement. Yeah, obviously, like this is not related to hardware, but aesthetically I have the GTR fenders already purchased, so we will be installing that soon. Getting rid of those which were cut. Also, fat steering angle is a high angle kit, and we really need to play with it, test it. I know nothing, but people say that this is really something that is very hard to adjust, or sometimes impossible to adjust. Another thing, we have S13 fender here. So as you can see, I don't have much space in my garage. This is so tiny. And how close do you want to park the car to the wall and to the tires? Yes. So it's that close. It's almost touching the tires. So ideally I would love to have a bigger space, but it is what it is. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys, and special thanks to Michal, who tuned the car and solved all the gremlins that we had, and we now have healthy 500 horsepower. Yeah, he's a magician, and yeah, really thankful for this tune. And the car is still alive, so we'll see you in the next one.